So, good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to tell you about how you can write your sample PHP program, and this will help you to demonstrate how the MySQL integrates with it. And also, you can use all the MySQL operations, basic operations, insert, update, and delete. So, I've created one a Git repository where a sample PHP repo has been uploaded. So you can download that and you can understand how it is working. But how to install and how to use, how to change, how to understand, I'll tell you right now. First, you need the Zamp control panel. Okay, here is the Zamp control panel. What it does, you can download the Zamp from the web from online Zamp. So here's a link, or this is also the link, the sourceforge.net. You can download the Zamp from here. Okay, after downloading you will see this kind of control panel where it is a combination of Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Perl, FileZilla, Mercury, and Tomcat. You can start actually for the web application. PHP is a web application, so for the web application to run and to check on your local host, on your host machine, on your computer, you need a local server that has to be set up. And for the XAMPP provides you all the three things like PHP language, MySQL, and as a database, and Apache as a server, which helps you to load it to run the program on your host machine. So simply you can start simply Apache from here. Okay, both those things are starting. Yeah, the ports has been assigned, and that means this color is green. That means both has been started. So you want to check that it started or not. We'll check it. Localhost. It will show you the XAMPP dashboard. Here it shows the MariaDB. It's a different flavor of the MySQL. That's not all the MySQL queries will run with it very fine. That's not an issue. So how you can use it with the PHP and how it runs. So we'll see where we need to write the code. Okay. Come to the Windows C. By default, it comes to the in the C drive and with the name of XAMPP. And for the project file folders, you need to go to the htdocs. Over here, you can see that I have created a project of sample PHP. This is sample PHP, and all of the files of sample PHP are residing over here. So from all the, we can open all the files from here. So I've already opened it in my editor. So this is my editor I'm working in. So this is a Sublime editor. Uh, Also, let's see how my let's start the sample PHP. This is a small program which shows you how to insert the record and how to show the records and how to delete and update records. Let's understand the first file. This is actually by default like in C. If you have studied C, in C there is a main function which is compulsory to have in all the programs, or like in C++, because it is that is a initiating point for the programming language. Index file is a initiating file. So by default it takes index.php even if you write or if you don't write. Both are the same fact. By default it invokes the index.php, and we'll see how the index.php is working. Okay, here is a index.php. What it says, we have you can include certain things like menu. This is the menu you can see. uh, this is the menu you can see. I've created a small menu. It's not good looking, that's but it is a fully functional, just to study purpose. So I have created a menu in a menu.php. You can see over here, this is the menu.php. Okay, and I provided two links, index.php and this one more link, find all button.php, and created a menu using normal HTML. So I assume that you know the some basics of the HTML, and this is the normal HTML form that I have created. There is no programming. All the PHP things I have included, that is the um, uh, uh, PHP and include menu.php, so that the menu has been included in that. And to start with the PHP, this is the starting phrase and this is the ending phrase. Okay, come to the form. You can see there is a input type. I've taken input type text and name. I've taken input type number as age, and email as an email, and a number and salary, and an input type one more, that is submit button. So submit button is also a kind of input that finds out that you have clicked the submit button. And the action, what the action it does after submitting, it does the action of rec.php, means it will be redirected to this page, this file. And the method is post. How it will be redirected, that is post method. That means nothing will be displayed on the on this line on this address browser, that what parameters has been given. So it is all hidden. If you want to see the what parameters are going to the file, that rec.php, you can simply write the get, or where I'm writing the post, because I don't want to show that what arguments has been passed to this file. So come to this file. As you will click the submit, this will invoke this file rec.php. Let's come to this file. What it does, it simply um, creates a small MySQL query, where it shoots a query and it inserts a record. Okay. Here one thing has been used, that is config.php. What is config.php? We'll tell you later. Let's first understand the SQL query over here, and how do we receive the parameters that we have filled in the form. To receive the parameters, simply you can record it, like if you want to receive a name from the index.php, you can see the name is known as the name. So if you want to fetch the name of the person who has filled, so simply you can write dollar underscore post, and here it comes, name. So simply what it does, it will receive this parameter from that file, and it will store it in another dollar name folder. So instead of doing this, I have directly used this phrase with all the variables, like you can see the insert query, insert into employee details. This is a table name is employee details, and there are four in a schema has the four things: name, age, email, and salary. And one more thing is the id is already there, but that is in auto incremented mode. And of course that you can write the values of the mysql, and you can write the variables. So here is the variables in the single quotes. So like for the name, first is the name, second is age, email, and salary. So this is a small SQL query which is inserting a record into the database, and this is I've stored in a variable. In um, MySQL, in the PHP, for any kind of variable you want to declare, you need a dollar sign, and you need a dollar sign, and you can write any kind of variable, any name. There's no need to define the type of the variable. It automatically checks the type from the input value. So this is just it has taken the a small variable SQL con, in which this query has been written. And we right now what we need to do, we need to push this query into the SQL into the MySQL. So how we connect the MySQL, that is the through the config.php. Let's understand the config.php. Config.php is a simple file which tells that how the database has been can be configured. Like for the server name, I've taken a variable for server name localhost. For the username, the root, the password, if you have any password, I don't have any password for the root. And for the database name, you can take the database name is sample.php, and the table is emp details that I've used over here. Okay, so my database name is sample php, and this is the connection string which is required to connect the with the mysql. What this connection string does, it passes these four parameters and see if the connection is comes or not. So new ms mysql I, and you need to pass these four parameters, and then start. And this is the command to check whether the database has been connected or not. If you want to check explicitly that your database has been connected, you can use this command, and you can simply write config.php after this, like config.php. It shows the connected successfully. Okay, it shows connected successfully. If there was a, this is a variable con, and if there is an error, it will die or it will print the connected successfully. So this is small code and it is working. So we need not to run the config.php again and again in the browser, because it is simply a background file which connects the every file with the database. So rec.php has to deal with the database, so we need this config.php. And also, okay, come to this. We have understand the SQL con this query. Now come to this. If now we need to run this query, and if the query is fine, if the query is okay, then it will run and it will return, it will be true. So condition will match and it will come to the into this. And if the query has some errors, it will throw out from this and it will come to the, and will show you the errors. So this is the $con is a variable which you can see in the config file, that $con is a variable. So that's why it has been used over here. And this is a query command where one argument has to be passed with the query, whatever the query is. So you can pass the whole query into it, or you can pass simply a variable. Okay, if the query is successful, then it means it returns true, and this all matches. And over here, what you do is insertion has been done, and you simply um, back to the location you want to go for. Like over here, what I want, let's go to the program. Over here, what I want, as I submit the button, it will prompt back. Like I can write, okay, um, Abhishek, okay, age is 23, abhi at the rate gmail.com, and the salary is 87. Okay, and click submit. That's it. The insert query has been executed, and the records are blank, and we are back on again, and we are back again on the index.php. So it is all hidden. So what it does just contact with the rec.php, and as it finds that it has been marked to go back, so it will go back to the again index.php. So again we are over here. So that's all about how we can insert the record. Now the second question is how to show all the records. So find all button is a file where we are seeing all the results. So this is a find all button. In this, what we are going to do uh, is so this is a find all button, PHP. What it does, it actually shows all the records of the table. So it needs to deal with the database. So we need to include the config.php, and this file also is visible to the people. So I'm using the menu.php also here, so you can see the query easily. So this is the query, and this is a query I'm shooting at con using the con variable of the config file, and this is a result in which you can store the result. All the results will be stored in the form of array, and this is a, okay, here it comes. This is echo, and echo is a like it's echo is like a printf. Echo is like printf in C. So this is a printf in C. So it basically prints everything that that is like variables or text, and no data type has to be defined in it. So table, this is a table border. You can see I have created one table because the rows and columns are in the tabular format, so it's easy to understand in the tabular format. So so here I have taken the table, and this is a table header where the first column is the row ID, second column is the name, third column is the age, and this is the table row starting, and this is the tabular data. This is simple HTML, nothing PHP. because I'm using HTML under the in the PHP code, so it is must to use echo. You cannot write simple HTML under the PHP. So this is done, and if now the result has been taken in this, so now it is must check that if the query reverts and result or not. So there might be queries that has no matching results. So you can check it over here that dollar result is a variable that you have created above, and this is a underscore row is a keyword where it's greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then a loop will start and it will print record by record from the array. So in the same way that we have created this row, that's tr, this row. Okay, so this is again now you can do so, but over here instead of simple text, this variable has been used, and this is a dot operator is used. Now what does dot operators do? It joins the text with the variables. So whenever you want to use the variable in the echo with the text, so you can use dot, and this is the normal HTML in the double quotes, then dot, it joins the this variable, then dot again because it is continuing, and again text, and again. So this is the variable how we can use an echo, and this is a table, and this is done. Now two things or more we need to learn, that is delete and an update. We will delete and update to a single record. We are not deleting here the entire records, we are deleting a single record one by one. So let's check the let's come let's see the show records. Okay, here as a complete record, you can see that I've entered that row ID, name, age, email ID, salary, and these are the two operations. So first name is David 32, David at gmail.com, and the salary is 90,000, and the operation you can see the delete and update right in front of the row. So what how the delete function will work? To delete a single this row, we need a primary key. We need a primary key, and here you can see this is the row ID is a unique key and the unique primary key where which we can use to delete. So as you will press delete, it will take this ID along with, and it will delete the record from this. So as I will delete, it will fetch the record from this ID and will delete this the same record. So we need to provide a delete button in the same row so that it can fetch the ID. So this is the URL I'm using, that delete.php is a file, and this is ID. You can this way you can get the ID, and the row ID, this is a variable that the same ID will be here. So for the same record, if you want to if you want to delete the David, so as I will click David, it will delete this. Okay, it will delete this record. So if I'll do this, it will delete this record. So this is a button, this is a simple button dot url underscore delete, and this is a simple button, and a link has been given with the and the link is over here and delete. So this is a normal delete function. This is update function, you can see over here update.php, and again this is these two files, d.php and are the different files and has different operations. So this is the entire one row is being printed in this in this line of code. You can see this is the entire one row with both the two operations for the two buttons. So come next to the delete.php. Okay, now delete.php again has to deal with the database. So what it does, we need to find the record which we want to delete. I have taken the row ID, like, so if I want to delete the David, the row ID is 1. So for the with the delete operation, I have taken the row ID which will combine this. Okay, so as it comes, you can see the link, copy link. I'll show you the link is coming. So this is the link which is coming. So http localhost sample php and the ID is 1. So if you want to see the other link like this link, copy link, I'm show you the how what link is coming. This is ID is 6. So this ID is coming, so we can receive this ID using this. So let's delete this. Okay, so we'll receive this id using the $get, because this id is visible into the browser, so we can receive it using the get function and $_get and the id. Why we are writing the id? Because you can see over here, this is id I have passed, so it will receive this one, this keyword over here, id, and with this it will fetch the record. You need not, okay, it's a delete function, so it will directly delete from emp details where id is equal to id, and it simply deletes the record. If the condition is true, then it will write that the record has been deleted, and it will redirect it back to the find all button.php. So it will be redirected within 2 seconds. So basically it's very negligible, just you click the delete and it comes back again on the same page. You can see that one record I have just stored, that is Abhishek, and delete this record. So let's simply click the button, it comes back. Okay, and if any error in the SQL, it throws back. So this is a simple delete file. So now come to the another page, another file, that is update.php. So update.php, understand how the update works. Update.php will take the same link and with the same id. What it will do, it will print, it will first fetch all the record, and it will display the record and will show you that what changes you want to do. Okay, so it's simply it first you need to write the query that select star from emp where id is equal to IDA. You can see I have used the IDA, so this is the variable I have taken, so that's why it is given over here. So this is the skill query, this is the result I'm receiving, and because this is a SQL query and we are receiving the result, so I'm using the result. And because it is a single row, you can use the $row, because I know that this ID has only a single one record, so we do not need the while loop. So we can use directly the row function over here, $row is equal to $result, and we can fetch the file, fetch the record from this keyword like we did earlier, and you can see the find all button also. This is the result we have fetched. Okay, so this is the fetch function. Okay, now okay, we are closing the PHP over here right now. What I'm simplifying the code, so that echo I'm not using over here much. I'll use the echo just for the variables. Okay, so this is a simple PHP code, and it finishes over here right after this, and a small normal HTML code in which I have taken the form, because I want to show it in the format, like when you click update, it will show you in the form that like you have created. So in the action, I've taken a file update done.php, one more file update done.php, and method is post. And over here, the type is text, name is ID, and the value you can use a new word in the input type, that is echo $row ID, and disabled. I have used it disabled because I don't want anybody to change this, because it's an automatic generated ID. So if anybody changes it, so I won't be able to update it, so it is disabled so that no one can change this. This thing, if anyone wants, can change. So what it does, this is a value, and under this value we need to show the previous values. So this is $PHP, because and the values can be shown using the variables, and variables can only be used in the PHP. So this is I'm using in this form I'm using the PHP under HTML, so you can use this in this way. You can start the PHP code, you can end the PHP code, and you can write the echo $row ID. It simply puts the ID of the updated on the record you want to update, and the same way name, age, email, and salary, and the submit button. So what submit button will do, it will go to this action update done.php with the method post. Let's come to the update done.php. What, and this is a simple update query that we are going to run. That's SQL con again. This is all post method, like the rec.php we have seen. So this is a normal query, update emp detail set email is equal to this, is equal to this, is equal to this, and where id is equal to this id. Okay, and you can see your query here if you want to check. Otherwise you can simply run it, and if this is true, this will be done, and it will be come back to the final and all button dot php, and otherwise it will throw the error. So let's see how the update works. So if you want to record, you want to change the record of Vimal. Okay, so error shows 14, Vimal, age is 31, and salary is 92,000. Okay, and now I'll change 95,500. Okay, let's submit. You can see the change. So here I'm updating the record of Vimal, and the salary is 95,000. So it will just, and you can see the record has been changed to Vimal, 95,000. So this way you can update, delete, and show all the records and insert all the functions you can do with the using the PHP. And if you want to check how the MySQL is responding at the back, so you can go to the console, or you can check it like go to the console shell. Okay, I'll log in the MySQL -u root -p. There is no password for me, so I entered in the database. Let's check the databases that I have. So these are the database I'm having, and the database also sample PHP, which I'm using. So I'll use the sample.php. Okay, database changed. Let's show tables. You can see there is one table, the EMP details. Okay, here you can see all the records. So as I'll make the change, it will update. Okay, let's make the change. So let's enter a record Varun. Okay, age is 27, email ID is varun@gmail, and the salary is 76,000, and the submit. And you can see the record is updated. Okay, you can see one more record, the Varun is here. So let's show the record and update the record. Varun 7555 instead of 76,500, it's 555. I've submitted record. You can see over here again in the PHP MySQL console. Select the star from right now. It's 76500. It's 76555. Okay, and you want to delete the record. Delete it. Select star from EMP details. There is no word record. So it is directly connected with the MySQL, and you can see all the queries are running quite fine, and the changes have been reflecting immediately. So this is a sample PHP program, and you can start creating something new with this right now. Okay, thank you for now.